Have you ever looked at something you were just about to throw away and suddenly paused, wondering, is there still a little life left in this? If so, you are not alone. In today's fast-moving world, we are often told to replace, upgrade, or discard. But many of us remember a different way of living, a slower, wiser time, when every little thing had value. When we mended before we replaced, saved before we spent, and found a second use before giving something up. This video is not just about saving a few dollars, though that can certainly help. It is about rediscovering a mindset, a way of life built on care, gratitude, and making the most of what we already have. So today, I want to walk with you through 10 everyday items, ordinary things that most people toss without thinking, but each of them still has something to give. And along the way, we might find that we too have more to give than the world remembers. Let us begin, not just with objects, but with a little shift in thinking that can bring peace to our homes and meaning to our days. Item number 1, the wisdom of worn-out towels. They start out thick and soft, folded neatly in the linen closet. Over the years, they lose their color, their edges fray, and they don't feel quite the same. Most people see an old towel and think, it's time to throw this out, but there's still life in those fibers, if we're willing to look for it. Old towels can be cut into rags for cleaning. They're perfect for wiping counters, dusting shelves, drying dishes, or cleaning up after a pet. Because they're washable and durable, they can replace paper towels, saving money and reducing waste over time. I keep a small stack under the sink. When I need one, it's already there. When I'm done, I wash and reuse it. Worn-out t-shirts are just as useful. Soft cotton is gentle on glass and perfect for cleaning mirrors, windows, or electronics without scratching the surface. They're also great for polishing furniture or silver. If you have pets, old towels make cozy liners for beds or crates. In the garden, a folded towel softens your knees while planting. A strip of fabric can even support drooping plants. These aren't just scraps, they're stories. They've dried hands, wrapped babies, and lived through life with us. Giving them a second job is more than smart. It's a way of honoring what we've had. So next time you reach for the trash, pause. That old towel might still have something to give. Item number 2, banana peels, nature's quiet helper. They are one of the most common fruits in the American kitchen. Bananas are easy to eat, affordable, and comforting in their simplicity. But once that last bite is gone, the peel usually heads straight to the trash. And that's where we might be making a quiet mistake. You see, banana peels still have life left in them, just not in the way we expect. If you have a garden, banana peels are rich in potassium and other minerals that help your plants grow. Cut them into small pieces and bury them in the soil near your flowers or vegetables. Over time, they break down and feed the earth, turning something simple into something nourishing. You can also soak banana peels in water for a few days to create a natural plant fertilizer. Pour that water into your houseplants or garden beds, and you'll be giving them a healthy, chemical-free treat. But it doesn't stop there. Did you know you can use the inside of a banana peel to polish leather shoes or handbags? The natural oils give the leather a soft, clean shine. Just rub the inside of the peel gently over the surface, then wipe it down with a cloth. No chemicals, no expense. Just nature doing its quiet work. And here's one more surprising use. If you have a mosquito bite or a mild rash, rubbing the inside of a banana peel on the area can help reduce the itch and irritation. It's an old home remedy that still works for many people today. Banana peels may seem like nothing more than leftovers, but look again. They are a reminder that even the parts of life we overlook can still hold value if we are willing to see it. So next time you eat a banana, don't be so quick to toss the peel. Let it serve you just one more time. Sometimes the most ordinary things have the most extraordinary uses. Item number 3, candle ends and second chances. There's something comforting about a candle. The soft glow, the gentle scent, the way it flickers in a quiet room. It brings a sense of peace that's hard to explain. But eventually, the candle burns down, and all that's left is a stub of wax and a short piece of wick. Most of us toss it at that point. We think it's done. But the truth is, that leftover bit of wax still has something to give. If you save your candle stubs, especially ones made of the same type of wax, you can melt them down to create a brand new candle. It does not take much. Just a heat-safe container, a little patience, and a new wick. Pour the melted wax into a small jar or bowl, add the wick, and you've made something useful and beautiful out of what others might have thrown away. And if you don't want to go through the trouble of melting and pouring, there's still more you can do. Place a few leftover wax pieces into a small cloth bag or even an old sock. Tie it closed and tuck it into a drawer or your linen closet. The scent will gently freshen your clothes for weeks without any sprays or artificial products. You can also use the wax to help around the house. Rub it along the edges of a sticky wooden drawer or on a zipper that's hard to pull. The wax helps it slide more smoothly. No tools required. It's a simple trick, but one that works, especially in older homes with character. For people who enjoy crafts, melted wax can even be used to seal envelopes, coat garden tool handles to prevent rust, or waterproof match tips for emergency kits. But beyond all the practical uses, there's a deeper message here. Taking something burned down and turning it into something new reminds us that endings are not always the end. Sometimes they are just the start of something different. And often, it is the quiet things, the overlooked, the almost forgotten, that still carry warmth, light, and purpose. So the next time your candle flickers out, think twice before you throw it away. You might just be holding the start of your next little light. Item number 4, the Humble Egg Carton. Eggs are a staple in many homes. Whether you like them scrambled, hard-boiled, or sunny side up, chances are you have a carton in your refrigerator right now. But once the eggs are gone, the carton usually gets crushed and tossed away, often without a second thought. But that little cardboard tray still has more to offer. Let's start with something simple. Egg cartons are perfect for organizing small items. Each little pocket keeps things separated and easy to see. You can use them to store jewelry, sewing buttons, coins, paper clips, or beads. It keeps the clutter down and helps you find things when you need them most. If you enjoy crafting on your own or with grandchildren, egg cartons are wonderful for holding small amounts of paint or tiny supplies. They keep everything in one place, and if they get messy, there's no stress. Just toss it or rinse it and use it again. One of the most helpful uses, especially if you garden, is turning egg cartons into seed starters. Just cut off the lid, fill each pocket with a bit of soil, and plant your seeds. When the seedlings are ready, you can plant the whole thing in the ground if it's made from cardboard. It will break down naturally and feed the soil. But their usefulness does not stop there. You can also use egg cartons to store delicate holiday ornaments, or place them under heavy furniture legs to protect your floors when moving things around. Some people even use them as soundproofing material in small rooms or garages. What I love most about egg cartons is how they invite creativity. They are so ordinary, so often ignored, but once you start using them in new ways, you begin to see the hidden value in the things we overlook. So the next time you finish that last egg, take a moment. Look at the carton in your hand and ask, what else can you do? You might be surprised by the answer. Item number 5, pill bottles and pocket-size solutions. They pile up slowly, those little orange bottles with the white caps. If you take medications regularly, you probably have a drawer or cabinet with at least a few of them, sitting there empty and waiting to be thrown away. But before you toss them, consider this. Pill bottles are one of the most useful little containers you'll ever find. They are small, sturdy, and designed to protect what's inside from moisture and sunlight. That makes them perfect for organizing all kinds of small household items. Think buttons, safety pins, sewing needles, or even extra hearing aid batteries. You can also store spare change, push pins, or little beads if you enjoy crafts. And if you like being prepared on the go, keep a pill bottle in your purse, pocket, or glove compartment. Fill one with a few bandages and pain relievers for quick first aid when you're out and about. Some people even use them as mini travel kits. You can put in a small amount of lotion, shampoo, or even spices if you're heading out for a trip. Here's another simple idea. Keep one in your car filled with quarters for parking meters or toll booths. That way, you're never caught digging through the seats. Pill bottles also come in handy for emergency kits. Use them to hold waterproof matches, twist ties, cotton balls, or small tools. The container is secure, and it fits easily just about anywhere. What makes this item special is how easy it is to overlook. It's small, quiet, and usually seen as trash. But when used with intention, it becomes a helpful little tool you'll find yourself reaching for again and again. So the next time you finish a prescription, peel off the label, rinse out the bottle, and set it aside. You may be surprised just how often it comes in handy. Item number 6. Coffee grounds and hidden riches. For many of us, coffee is part of the daily rhythm of life. It's how we wake up, how we gather our thoughts, how we start our mornings with a moment of comfort. But once the coffee is brewed, what do we do with the grounds? Most of the time, we throw them straight into the trash, and that's where we miss a quiet opportunity. Used coffee grounds are full of value, just in a different form. One of the simplest uses is as a natural deodorizer. Coffee grounds can absorb odors just like baking soda. Place a small bowl of dried grounds in the back of your refrigerator, under the sink, or next to the trash can, and let them go to work. They soak up smells and leave behind a mild, earthy scent. They are also wonderful for the garden. Coffee grounds are rich in nitrogen, which makes them a natural fertilizer. You can mix them into your compost pile or sprinkle them lightly into the soil around your plants, especially ones like roses, hydrangeas, and tomatoes. It's a small way to give back to the earth using what you already have. Here's something you may not know. Coffee grounds can help repel pests. If you're dealing with ants in the house or slugs in the garden, a line of coffee grounds around the problem area can keep them away. It's natural, safe, and chemical-free. And for those who enjoy natural skincare, coffee grounds can become a gentle exfoliator. Mix them with a little coconut oil or honey, and you've got a homemade scrub that helps remove dry skin and leaves your hands or feet feeling smooth and refreshed. What's beautiful about coffee grounds is how unassuming they are. They look like waste, but they're not. They are just waiting to be seen differently. And maybe that's the deeper message here. Just because something is used up in one way doesn't mean it's finished. Sometimes it's only beginning a new purpose. Item number 7. Plastic bags with a purpose. They're in drawers under the sink, stuffed inside bigger bags. We all have them. Grocery bags, bread bags, produce bags. They pile up quickly, and most of us treat them as trash the moment they've served their first job. But those thin, crinkly plastic bags are more useful than they seem. Start with the classic grocery store bag. Instead of buying small trash can liners, you can reuse these for your bathroom, bedroom, or even next to your favorite reading chair. It's a simple swap that saves money every single week. Bread bags are another hidden gem. Once the bread is gone, most people toss the whole thing, twist tie and all. But these long, narrow bags are perfect for storing things like celery, carrots, or herbs. You can also use them to pack lunches, freeze baked goods, or keep your shoes protected while packing a suitcase. And don't forget the twist ties. They're great for bundling cords behind a desk, sealing open packages, or organizing small cables. Produce bags, the kind you use for apples or potatoes, are perfect for other light tasks. You can use them as liners for small plant pots, laundry bags when traveling, or even to keep gloves and scarves tidy during the colder months. If you knit or crochet, they're a handy way to store yarn and keep it from tangling. Here's something most people overlook. Plastic bags make excellent packing material. If you're mailing a gift or putting away fragile decorations, crumple up a few clean bags and use them as cushion. It works just as well as bubble wrap, and it's free. In my own home, I keep a small container where I fold and store clean plastic bags. That way, when I need one, it's already there. No digging around. No need to buy more. Reusing plastic bags is not about being cheap. It's about being thoughtful. When we take time to find value in the little things, we live with more gratitude and more peace. So next time you empty a bag of groceries or finish a loaf of bread, pause for just a second. Ask yourself, can I use this again? Chances are you already know the answer. Item number 8. Aluminum foil's second shine. It's shiny, it's crinkly, and it's in just about every kitchen drawer. Aluminum foil is one of those things we use once, maybe to line a baking tray or wrap up leftovers, and then we ball it up and toss it without thinking twice. But foil is far more durable than it looks, and with just a little care, it can keep working for you long after that first use. If the foil isn't greasy or covered in food, you can simply wipe it clean, fold it neatly, and use it again. For example, if you used a sheet to bake cookies or roast vegetables, save it for the next time. You'll stretch one roll of foil much farther, and that means fewer trips to the store. But the possibilities don't stop there. Did you know you can sharpen your scissors with aluminum foil? Just fold a used sheet a few times and cut through it several times. The blades get a light refresh without any tools or fancy gadgets. Foil is also great for scrubbing. If you have a grimy oven rack, a dirty grill grate, or a baking dish with stuck-on food, ball up a used sheet of foil and use it like a scrub pad. It's tough, effective, and costs nothing. Here's another clever trick. Place a small sheet of foil under your ironing board cover. It reflects heat back up into your clothing, helping you iron faster and more evenly. If you still press shirts or slacks from time to time, this tip might make the task a little easier. And here's one of my favorite old-school fixes. If you have a remote control or flashlight where the batteries don't quite connect, place a small bit of foil at the end of the battery to close the gap. It's a simple solution that works like magic. Aluminum foil is more than just a one-use item. It's strong, flexible, and often reusable in ways that feel smart and satisfying. And in a time when we're all trying to make things last just a little longer, it helps to know that even something as ordinary as a piece of foil can keep shining. So next time you're about to crumple up a used sheet, pause, smooth it out, fold it up, give it one more job to do. Item number 9. Dryer sheets that still serve. Dryer sheets are one of those little conveniences we hardly think about. You toss one in with your laundry, and it softens your clothes, reduces static, and leaves everything smelling fresh. But after one use, most people throw it away, and yet, even after a spin through the dryer, those sheets still have work left in them. Used dryer sheets are excellent for dusting. Their soft, slightly textured surface picks up dust beautifully, especially on baseboards, window blinds, and electronics. Unlike paper towels, they don't leave behind lint, and the anti-static quality helps keep dust from settling again too quickly. You can also use them to clean soap scum off shower doors or bathroom tiles. Just dampen the sheet and scrub gently. It's soft enough not to scratch, but strong enough to lift away grime. A task that once felt like a chore becomes a little bit easier and costs nothing extra. Used dryer sheets also make great deodorizers. Slip one into your shoes, your closet, or the bottom of a trash can to help keep things smelling a little fresher. The scent may be faint, but it's enough to make a difference. If you're someone who enjoys sewing or crafting, keep a few of these on hand. They're perfect for picking up stray threads or lint from your workspace. They can also help clean up small bits of glitter or dust without making a mess. And here's a little travel tip. Tuck a used dryer sheet inside your suitcase when storing it between trips. It helps prevent musty smells and keeps everything feeling just a bit fresher when you pack again. It's easy to overlook something as simple as a used dryer sheet. But just because something has done its first job doesn't mean it's done for good. So the next time you take your clothes out of the dryer, don't toss that sheet so fast. Set it aside. Let it work a little harder. You might find that the quietest items in your home are the ones that keep giving, even when we think they're finished. Item number 10. Plastic containers and the gift of holding on. They come into our homes filled with sour cream, yogurt, soup, or takeout leftovers. They're cheap, common, and often tossed without a second glance. But plastic containers, especially the kind with a snug-fitting lid, have more life in them than most people realize. These containers are lightweight, durable, and easy to clean, and that makes them one of the most useful tools in a household that values order, reuse, and simplicity. You can use them to store small household items like batteries, buttons, sewing needles, paper clips, puzzle pieces, or extra screws. In the garage, they're perfect for nails or washers. In the kitchen, they can hold chopped vegetables, dry snacks, or leftovers from dinner. If you enjoy gardening, try using them to start seedlings. Just poke a few holes in the bottom, fill with soil, and let nature do the rest. And here's something many of us remember: margarine tubs stacked neatly in a cabinet. You never knew if they held food or sewing supplies, but there was something special about that small act of keeping. It taught us that value isn't always flashy. Sometimes it's found in usefulness and care. There's also a simple joy in having the right container at the right moment, without having to run to the store. When you've saved what others throw away, you're prepared, you're organized, you're living with intention. So the next time you finish a tub of yogurt or a plastic jar of peanuts, don't toss it just yet. Wash it, let it dry, and tuck it away. Label it if you like. You'll be surprised how often you reach for it, and how satisfying it feels to know it was already there, ready and waiting to serve you again. Because sometimes the smartest kind of living isn't about buying something new. It's about honoring what you already have. As we reach the end of our time together, I want to pause, not just to recap, but to reflect. Today, we didn't just talk about towels, pill bottles, or coffee grounds. We explored a way of thinking, a quiet wisdom, one that says, what I already have is enough if I treat it with care. Every item we looked at had a second purpose, a hidden value, a chance to serve again. But the truth is, this wasn't just about things. It was about us, about the way we live and the way we choose to see the world around us. You see, nothing and no one is truly disposable. Not a plastic container, not a candle stub, not an old shirt, and certainly not you. Maybe you were raised to mend, to reuse, to make do. Maybe you've passed that wisdom on. Or maybe somewhere along the way, the world convinced you that old meant useless. But I hope this video reminded you otherwise. Because when we take the time to honor what still has life in it, we find something even more meaningful: peace, gratitude, and a sense of control in a world that often feels rushed and wasteful. So if this brought back a memory or sparked a new idea, I hope you hold on to it. Share it, use it, pass it on to someone younger. Because wisdom, like a good container or a soft old towel, is always worth keeping.